Today I'm getting Insomniac Spider-Man's Platinum Trophy, and I hope you enjoy the video. That's all. Want to make the intro short. And spoiler warning, because I'm actually going to show parts of the story, so if you don't want to, skip to this timestamp on screen. Now, let's actually get started with the video. We start off in Spider-Man's apartment, which is actually quite messy, but then we got a call that there's something wrong at Fisk Tower. Then I dressed up in my Spidey suit for the first time, and then took my hand at swinging for the first time as well.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Then I went to Fisk Tower and knocked out a bunch of Fisk's thugs. Then I went to Fisk Tower myself to confront Fisk himself.
Yep, you're banned. Have a good night.
Then I would defeat Fisk, and then I would get a trophy for doing so as well.
Kingpin is we got a trophy, knocking down Kingpin.
Then we go to our real job, where we see our boss, Dr. Octavius, developing something to help people that have no limbs. Then we stop a crime by saving this girl that was getting mugged by criminals.
Kicks in the city, hands down.
Mom used to make those. Haven't had any in a long time. I'll check it out.
Shut up about weekend.
Then Doc Ock finds out that we're working on our Spidey suits, and well, he thinks that we're Spider-Man's engineer for his suit. Even though I defeated Fisk, some of his men are still in some of his bases, so I had to defeat them and defeat all of the objectives within a base, and then I'll get a trophy as well.
Yes. I think I got a trophy. Yep. Ace to base. Complete all objectives in a base.
I also got 2 more trophies after that. One for crafting an upgrade.
Okay, web shooters upgrades. Oh, trophy, the scientific method. Craft your first upgrade.
And I also got one for doing 10 perfect dodges.
Oh, Spider Sensitive. What's that for? Perfect dodge. 10 attacks.
Then we head over to the Feast Shelter, where Spider-Man's auntie, Aunt May, works. And the owner of the Feast Shelter, aka the homeless building, Martin Lee, told us that we have to distract her while he surprises her for being there for so long. You see, most of the time in video games I get insanely distracted, so during my free time I got 2 miscellaneous trophies out of the way. Also, I don't know if this was with anyone else, but my game just kept on crashing and I didn't know why, and it happened a lot actually, so I didn't know what happened with it.
Hello?
Then after I relaunched my game after it crashed, I got a trophy for completing all radio towers. Continuing on with the story was when I went into a museum that seemed to have been held hostage with everyone inside the museum. And soon later we figured out that this was by a gang called the Demons. But then this brought on the worst type of mission possible in Spider-Man 1. MJ missions. You see, MJ missions are basically missions where you play as MJ or Mary Jane, Peter's ex. And in those missions you don't fight people, you sneak up on them and kill them. The problem about this is usually all MJ missions take very long to do, so that's why not just me, but everyone in the community finds them annoying. Anyway, during the MJ mission, we figure out soon that there's something called Devil's Breath that Wilson Fisk, or someone, was hiding in that museum. And then that's when Peter shows up and we finally get to play as Peter again. Yeah! So then we take out all the guards in the museum and then act like nothing happened. A few minutes later, we chase after a guy called Shocker who uses shockwaves to steal stuff and injure people. We actually got one of the masks from the Demons, and soon after we go to Martin Lee, aka the founder of Feast, and ask him if he knows what it looks like. And then he tells us to stay away from whoever had the mask because they could be dangerous, which they were. As you know, I get very distracted, so I decided to get the sightseeing trophy for getting every single landmark token possible. And on the way I got a few other trophies as well. I decided to take a break from the sightseeing trophy and then decided to go for the story. where we meet an officer called Jefferson Davis, where we need to do a search with him to see where the demons went. We were going to go after the demons and went into the warehouse, but then we saw that, well, they weren't there, so we had to find some stuff.
Where the fuck is everyone?
We later on figure out that this was a Fisk hideout and the demons already stole the Fisk weapons before we could get to them. So we then do another chase scene where we chase after the demons van which stole all the weapons. But then later on in a cutscene, this happens.
Oh no.
Yes, exactly. The police officer Jefferson Davis saved us as Spider-Man, which is a very good thing to do, and later on in the town hall he'll be getting a medal for his courage. I got some more trophies as well after that, before the town hall thing. The sightseeing trophy and a couple more trophies. And Jeff Davis got his medal. Which, let's just say, it didn't go well. Demons did a terrorist attack with bombs, and Jeff Davis decided to sacrifice his life to keep other people safe. Peter didn't know this would happen, so he didn't have a Spidey suit on standby. We now play as Miles Morales, aka Jeff's son. Martin Lee is actually the leader of the demons, and Miles just wants to see if his dad is okay, but obviously he isn't after the explosion. Everyone goes to mourn at his funeral, and then we get another trophy.
Demons emerge. Act 1. Wow, that was an absolutely crazy mission.
Well, continuing on with the story, we sneak into a different demon space, and while we're in the demon space, knockoff stormtroopers decide to attack us as well.
Who are these guys? Who is this?
It turns out that this is a secret military force that Spider-Man, aka we, never knew about. Then I decided I was going to get 2 other trophies, Inner Sanctuary for completing all demon warehouses, and Cat Prince for tracking down Black Cat, which are both silver trophies. And like usual, I get some more trophies before I pop those trophies. And then I got the trophy, Inner Sanctuary. And then after that I tracked down Black Cat. Then we go back to the worst mission of all, MJ missions, where we go into tombstones. Yes, that tombstones, like gang base or whatever it's called. Then when we go into Tombstone's office, MJ finds a GPS tracker and she decides to take us, which I don't think is a good idea since it's, well, a GPS tracker. Next in line of the story, the demons raided some sort of lab, and now we have to try and stop them for so and so reason. Turns out we were looking for Charles Standish, a chemist, or, well, like doctor, that was working on Devil's Breath, which is the bioweapon that the demons are looking for, and we have to stop the demons before they kill him and get the bioweapon. So then we make quick way of the demons and save Charles Standish before the whole building blows up or goes on fire. Then the police chief said that there's a weird box on top of a roof, so now we have to go check it out. And then in the box was actually a videotape of Taskmaster, yes, the villain, vigilante, whatever you want to call him, telling Spider-Man that he has to deactivate the bombs before they blow up, or, you know, they'll blow up. There are 4 different types of challenges in the Taskmaster challenges: stealth, combat, traversal, and bomb challenges. Each challenge, if done under a certain amount of time or gets a certain amount of points, you get a trophy for, and I got all 4 of those trophies.
So close to perfection.
Short fuse. So I got a trophy.
Good, but I can do better.
And I got another trophy, Spy Hunter.
I'm not gonna lie, feeling pretty good about
I
myself
got
right
another trophy, Ninja.
Neurotic, I'm mad I didn't perform flawlessly.
And I got another trophy, Fists of Fury.
Anyway, to continue the story, we are in a Halloween party. You might be wondering why. Because we're looking for Dr. Delaney. Dr. Delaney is a doctor working on Devil's Breath, like usual, and we need to find him because we need answers to where Devil's Breath might be before the demons get to us. Later on, we actually see the demons take him into the science centre, and we need to see if, well, they're doing anything bad to him. Dr. Delaney is then being forced by Martin Lee and his gang to tell him where Devil's Breath is. So Martin Lee then corrupts Dr. Delaney to force him to tell him where Devil's Breath is. After that, Martin Lee then forces Dr. Delaney to kill himself because he already has the information he needs. Now, we actually heard Dr. Delaney say who is the lead scientist for Devil's Breath, and it is a guy called Dr. Morgan Michaels. And the best way to know about him is to go into Oscorp Tower, or sneak into Oscorp Tower, which is easier said than done. I failed many times on this part because I kept on getting spotted by Sable, who was spying on the building, and then I actually got into the building finally. We find out the scientific name for Devil's Breath is GR27, and it actually was used to cure cancers and cure all sorts of illnesses, but then backfired to be a sort of bioweapon instead. And what the bioweapon can do is if it's released into a massive crowd, the crowd can contract to 1 million people and kill them all. And then we had to do another MJ mission, which is great, isn't it?
I am dead inside.
In the MJ mission, we saved the Doctor, again, that Spider-Man saved before when the demons were trying to kill him. And then Peter kills the Doctor thinking it was a knockoff stormtrooper. Well done, Peter. And then in my free time, I decided to collect all of Howard's pigeons, which Howard is my favourite character in the game, okay? He's the best character in the game.
Yeah, Pigeon Hunter.
It's been a while since we talked about our real job, hasn't it? Doc Ock is making upgrades to his prosthetic limbs, and he says, quote, "Why not help people but also make them better?" Which honestly is kind of a scary quote to say. After that, we see a kid on the street getting jumped by a bunch of thugs, which the kid is no other than, well, Miles Morales. And then afterwards, Spider-Man, or Peter, actually teaches Miles Morales how to fully punch people. Now we play as Miles Morales, where we try and sneak into the Feast shelter on our first day, because we're actually working with Feast instead of mourning for our dad, or helping us mourn with our dad. Martin Lee found Morgan Michaels, who actually has Devil's Breath and is now running away, so we have to try and stop him. Martin Lee then escapes, and now we just have to wait for the next mission to know where he is. Then we went to City Hall, where Oscorp was setting up some sort of science centre thing. And then, like usual, the demons have to ruin everything by doing a terrorist attack, like usual. They set off a bomb that would detonate, and when it detonated, it would release a lot of Devil's Breath, which would kill everyone in the room. So we had to stop it as MJ. We were doing what we were doing, and then this happened.
Whoa, what? Yo, whoa.
Anyway, MJ deactivated the bomb, and then we played as Peter and knocked out every single demon in the area. But Martin Lee was getting away, so then we chased him to the train station where he was going to escape. Or was he?
What's up, Lee? Is this the end of the game? I don't remember. Is this the end of the
Sorry
game?
I'm late. It's kind of my thing.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. And of course, they.
Why are you doing this?
Paying off an old debt.
Did he just kill them?
Time to get closer to finish this. That totally worked last time. Yuri, they still doing construction on 42nd and 1st?
Street's closed for another month. Why?
Next stop, prison.
So yes, I did defeat Lee, but I didn't get a trophy for it, which was kind of odd to me, honestly. We come back to our work and realise that Doc Ock is actually Doc Ock now and has all his signature 4 tentacles. Then I did some extra projects in Doc Ock's lab, and then I actually got a trophy for doing that as well. And of course, something bad had to happen again. Every single prisoner from Raft and Riker's prison is now freed for some reason, and we don't know why. We were continuing in Raft's prison and Riker's prison until we realised that some of the worst villains have been escaping. Electro, Vulture, Rhino, Scorpion and Martin Lee have escaped, but who was behind it all? None other than our boss, Dr. Octavius. Or, well, Doc Ock for short. Yo, I'm sorry, why does Doc Ock kind of look like Dr. Nefario in this scene? And I get a trophy for completing Act 2, aka the 6th Assemble. Doc Ock doesn't like Norman Osborn and wants to bite back at him, so he releases Devil's Breath into a massive crowd of protesters. And a little backstory as well. Norman Osborn, basically, he used to work with Doc Ock as well until at one point they just decided to part ways, and now Norman for some reason hates Doc Ock. That's basically the story. It's basically the end of the world right now, and the reason why is, number one, the Sinister Six is doing as bad stuff as the Seven does from The Boys. Number two, a bunch of prisoners from Raft and Riker's prison have escaped and now have bases around the area. Crime has gone up by a lot. And number three, Sable, yes, those knockoff stormtroopers, for some reason hate us now and want to kill, like, everyone. Don't know why. So yeah, it's basically the end of the world. So we went to where Doc Ock launched the Devil's Breath, or like deactivated it, and then we actually found a secret hideout there where we would find a lot of stuff out about him, and mostly the Sinister Six. And then we figure out that in that hideout, he's actually helping all of the Sinister Six members in what they have problems with their power, or with their armour of sorts. Then we find out where they're going to attack Norman Osborn next, and it is going to be some of his Oscorp factories as well. And then we figured out that all of this was a trap that Doc Ock led Spider-Man into, and honestly, he should have known with his Spidey powers. As we escaped from the trap, Vulture and Electro actually caught us, and now we have to fight them. And honestly, the fight was kind of easy, and then I got a trophy for that as well. After that, we find Scorpion when we're looking for him, and then while we're trying to fight him, he actually injects us with poison, which is kind of bad. So then after that, we go into some sort of acid trip, and then we have to find the antidote for us. And then we were able to make the antidote, and then this happened.
I did it. Where did my suit go?
Whoa.
I think I took the contamination.
Then we play as Miles Morales, where we somehow get into the hands of Rhino, where we have to try and run away from him and hide from him, and then get away. As Miles Morales then, we run away and then we wait for Peter to come along with us and then knock out Rhino and Scorpion. Which, well, you guessed it, I get another trophy for that as well. And in my free time, I also did some other stuff and got other trophies, such as destroying every criminal base. I also collected all backpacks, completed all of Taskmaster's challenges, and then I got actually jumped by Taskmaster as well, but this time he didn't want to take my wallet or anything, he just wanted to fight me, and then I easily destroyed him. And to continue on with the story, we actually play in another MJ mission. And no, actually, this time the MJ mission wasn't that bad, because now we could actually kill people. I haven't said this, but MJ and Peter actually did have a friend called Harry, which was the son of the mayor, Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn. And he said that he was going to a big trip in Europe, but then later on, when we're in Norman's penthouse, as MJ, we snuck in somehow, I don't know how. We figure out that he's actually sick, and he had a hospital bed and everything in his room. The demons are trying to find Dr. Michaels again since he got away, and they're trying to find the perfect place to attack him with a lot of Sable control. Then we figure out the reason that Martin Lee hates Norman Osborn and wants to terrorize him is because him and Doc Ock accidentally created Martin Lee and his powers. And because they injected him with the power that he has, the negative power it's called, he accidentally killed his parents when that happened. I'm telling you, this is like some Compound V type stuff, like from The Boys. Like it's some sort of Compound V type stuff. Then, as MJ, we get caught, and then of course Peter saves us. After that, I went over to Martin Lee to defeat him. We defeat Martin Lee, we get a trophy, and then we dip. Get it? Like dip? Like you know, like I dip, as in dip. Anyway, now it is time for the final boss, Dr. Nefario. I mean, Doc Ock.
Give me the anti-serum! Otto, you've worked your whole life to help people. Please. You're fighting the wrong man. But have it your way. We don't have much time! Please!
That's very careful. Oh, can I not go on the ground? I think I can.
Now! I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn!
And then, unexpectedly, this happens.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
I couldn't agree more! No!
Oh my god.
The anti-serum.
Doc Ock then tells Peter how he was sorry and that his neural interface took control of him and he couldn't control us. But Peter doesn't believe him after everything he'd done and just leaves him there for a raft to take care of. But then something bad happens. Aunt May was hit with the Devil's Breath, and since she's really old, she's gonna die from this. Unless Peter uses the anti-serum that he got from Doc Ock. He could either use the single dose on May and only cure her, or cure everyone else in the city. And he decides to cure everyone else in the city. And honestly, this scene was really sad, in my opinion. We are now at Aunt May's funeral, where we mourn over her and we realise how sad that scene actually was. And, of course, since this is the end of the game, I also get a trophy. Also, somehow Miles Morales just obtained spider powers. I don't know how, but he just did.
There we go, endgame. Complete Act 3. That was an incredible game.
Because it's the end of the game, I decided I would do some stuff on my free time, so I defeated every single Sable outpost to get the Mercenary Tactics trophy. I crafted 15 upgrades, and I made every spider suit in the game, which, you guessed it, got me another trophy. Now, other than MJ missions, there is one more thing that I find annoying about this game, or especially this Platinum. And that annoying thing is crimes. You see, in Spider-Man on the map there are a few districts, and each district, except for one, has 20 different crimes you have to guess, as you can see here. And I counted, and in total there is 165 different crimes you have to do. So far at this time I had 13 done, which meant that I would have to do another 152. And also, these aren't just random collectibles you can see around the map and then you can just go to one another after you've done it. They're random, which means they randomly spawn at the most random times. Sometimes they can spawn right after you do a crime, or sometimes they can spawn even 10 minutes after you do a crime. Completely random. And you actually have to do these towards two different trophies. The 100% District Trophy and Neighborhood Watch Trophy. So then I got the Neighborhood Watch Trophy. And then I got a trophy for stopping 10 vehicle crimes. And now I decided to do another collectible for the R&D trophy for getting all research stations. Research stations are these like lab stations that Harry Osborn built for Peter to do, but Harry got sick so we couldn't help Peter do it either. So now we have to do it, but that's fine because these are actually kind of fun in my opinion. For our last research station we realigned the Death Star and then we got our trophy. After this I decided to do some side missions, which are basically these little like side quests, but they're actually quite fun as well. And from XP from the side missions I leveled up to get all skill points and get a trophy. Then after that I decided I would get a miscellaneous trophy for greasing 10 people on the streets. Then I completed this set of side quests, which was to save students that were corrupted by Martin Lee, and I got a trophy for that. And after that I did complete every crime, but at the time I thought there was a trophy for completing every crime, so when I realised there wasn't, I kind of went insane after that. And then for our last side mission we decided we were going to fight Tombstone. Yes, that Tombstone, and we were going to get 3 trophies from defeating him.
Is that it? Yeah, that's one trophy. Tombstone takedown. Wait. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man to complete all side missions. I Heart Manhattan to 100% complete the game. And then, not the platinum yet. We still have one miscellaneous trophy left. Literally one.
And that miscellaneous trophy was to pay respects at Ben Parker's grave and then get the platinum.
To make you proud.
That's the trophy and that's the platinum. Yes! Oh, that actually took quite long. Be greater, collect all trophies.
And then I got the suit that you get for the platinum, which is Peter in his jocks. I'm not even messing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will platinum Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 someday, and then someday I might also guess the DLC trophies as well. I might make a video on that. But yeah, that's it. I got the platinum for Insomniac Spider-Man. It was a great game. Alright, see you, and please subscribe. It's free. Please, just subscribe, please.